Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zuzana and today I'm bringing you an extremely bizarre case of disappearance. This case is of Holly Courtier. If you're into true crime and mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up to make more content like this possible. But enough of the formalities, let's just jump into the case. In October 2020, 38-year-old Holly Suzanne Courtier from Woodland Hills, California, disappeared in Zion National Park in Utah. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Holly lost her job as a nanny and she has been traveling in her van visiting national parks. According to Holly's daughter, Kaylee, Holly was an experienced hiker and often hiked solo. Kaylee also said that Holly was familiar with Zion National Park because they visited it together the month before for Kaylee's 19th birthday. Holly was reported missing on October 8th, and apparently she didn't tell anyone where she was going. She left California in the middle of the night, also leaving her cell phone behind. Luckily, the investigators were able to quickly trace her to Zion National Park through the credit card that she used for the purchase of a ticket for the parking shuttle bus. So in Zion, they have their own shuttle bus, which you have to take to get in or out of the park, but you have to leave your car at the entrance because they do not allow private vehicles on the park grounds. It was quickly determined that on October 6 at around 1:30 p.m., Holly was dropped off at the grotto parking area by the shuttle bus. She was scheduled to be later picked up at 4:40 p.m. that same day, but she didn't show up. She's seen entering the park on a security camera, but no cameras show her leaving. Soon there were search and rescue crews with canine units, drone operators, and a helicopter looking for Holly. Then, on October 18, 12 days after she was last seen on that camera footage, she was found alive by a park ranger who received a tip from somebody visiting the park. Holly's family claims that when she was found, she looked disheveled, she has lost 15 pounds, she had a concussion, her kidneys were failing, she had some foot injuries, and was also severely dehydrated. Holly's daughter, Kaylee Chambers, told CNN that her mom injured her head on a tree early in the hike and became disoriented. Quote, she was very disoriented as a result and thankfully ended up near a water source, a riverbed. She thought her best chance of survival was to stay next to a water source. Kaylee also said that Holly was without food while she was lost in the park. She was too weak and disoriented. She was unable to take more than a step or two without collapsing. This prevented her from being able to seek out help. She told me she was so dehydrated she couldn't open her mouth, said Kaylee. Holly's sister, Jamie Strong, said, quote, once she hit her head, she did not have the energy to walk out. She was praying to be found, and we were all praying to find her. She had a really hard time moving because of lack of energy, lack of water, and food. Jamie said that Holly began marking how many days had passed on a nearby tree using a Sharpie pen. So the interview that Kaylee did with CNN is what really started the debate regarding the credibility of Holly's story. After Surgeon Daryl Cashin from Washington County Sheriff's Search and Rescue, who was also a part of the search effort, read the CNN interview, he started having questions whether Holly was telling the truth. He claimed that if Holly really hit her head early in the hike and then became so dehydrated that she couldn't open her mouth, then, for once, the search and rescue team would have requested an ambulance right away when they found her. He said that the fact that they didn't even call transportation agency to get her checked out tells him that she did not have any significant injuries. Also, she wouldn't be able to leave the park almost unassisted, yet according to the park officials, she did. Cashin was also skeptical about how Holly survived the entire 12 days without food or water. He said that the only source of water in the park is the Virgin River, which is inhabited by numerous parasites and therefore is toxic and unsafe to drink. He added that in July, park officials warned visitors to avoid contact with the water because of its high concentrations of cyanobacteria. I believe also that July they had a case of a dog that was playing in the Virgin River and unfortunately died due to the toxins. Cashin, who has years of experience with search and rescue, said that she wouldn't make it past 2 or 3 days without water. So how did she survive? If we know that she didn't bring extra amounts of water with her and wasn't drinking from the Virgin River, it's practically impossible. So after Surgeon Cashin shared his concerns with the media, Jamie, Holly's sister, came out and said that what Kaylee told CNN wasn't supposed to suggest that Holly was drinking from the Virgin River. She said that Holly was well aware that the water was toxic and was only using it to wet her mouth and then just spit it out. Jamie also said that Holly was fasting prior to her trip and planned to continue the fast while in Zion. Well, this is really strange because apparently Holly didn't tell anyone about her trip. So how come did Jamie know that she will continue the fast if Jamie wasn't aware of Holly going to Zion in the first place? On October 13, search crews spotted some gear on the Minotaur Tower near Angel's Landing. Between Observation Point and Stave Spring Trail, they found graffiti art or charcoal which said, "Keep going," with a smiley face, "They are everywhere," and "No food or water." We don't know if these were written by Holly, but it's been suspected since she was fasting at the time. From what the family is saying, it seems like Holly stayed in the same spot the entire time. However, the Emerald Pools area where she was found was searched 3 days earlier, and nothing was found. Also, why was she relatively well equipped? It's been reported that she had a multi-day backpack with her, she had a hammock, a puffy blanket, warm weather clothing, among other things. So why did she need all of that if she was only going into the park for the day? It appears that the area where Holly was found is close to the Grotto picnic and parking area and also close to a road, which is Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. Her hammock was found only half a mile from where she was dropped off and not in the middle of nowhere. And it looks like this is a very busy area with many hikers, so it's suspicious that no one saw her or that she wasn't able to seek help in any way. In the weeks following her recovery, people grew more and more frustrated with all the discrepancies in her story, because when Holly was missing, her family started a GoFundMe page, which ended up raising $12,000. Also, on any given day, there were up to 30 search and rescue personnel working 10 to 15 hours a day, which ended up costing them almost $65,000 to pay all of these employees. Authorities were also investigating tips about the disappearance being orchestrated to defraud the public using GoFundMe. However, they came up with nothing. The family, of course, denied these claims and promised refunds if requested. However, whether anyone received the refund remains unknown. Following the incident, Holly checked into a mental health clinic in California. So what do you guys think? Was it a hoax? Was it all staged? Was the family in on it? But what would Holly gain from all of that? I mean, the fundraiser is an interesting thing to me because it was up only for 3 days because she went missing on the 8th, they set it up on the 15th, and then she was found on the 18th. So it doesn't necessarily seem intentional. But more importantly, how did she survive? Did she bring supplies with her and then actively evaded search and rescue teams? Or did she leave the park and then came back? I don't know. You guys let me know what your theories are in the comments below. Well, thank you for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. But I will be seeing you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.